We are very happy we have our CEO Rhys with us today. Later, he will giving a welcome speech. So, and then later I will share the roadmap for our product roadmap. Then Joyce and Joy will do cover the topic from end to end, how to do the e-invoicing and sync contact. Then later we have our ABSS Connect release date and promotion that we have. Then at the end of the session, we have our Q&A. Okay, without further ado, can I pass the floor to Rhys?
Okay. You can hear me okay?
Nothing that you hear us?
Yes, yes. Okay, I'll come there again. So, first of all, thank you for your patience over the last 6 weeks. All right. We obviously had a troublesome start to August in our first release of this product. But good news is that has been all but resolved. And what does that mean? So as ABSS, we had a fairly arduous 12 to 18 month planned rollout of ABSS Connect starting in August. Fundamentally, we have delayed that by 2 months. And so that will all start really on the 23rd of September or calendar month, 1st of October, right? We have some pretty tight timeframes now because of that. We have a bunch of customers that obviously have to adopt e-invoicing in some way, shape or form before the 1st of January, 25 million and above. Our assumption based on some of the information that we've gathered is that's about 20% of our customer base, approximately, right? But judging from some surveys we've run within the e-invoicing events, which is a lot of people. How many people? Roughly 8 to 10,000 businesses, all right, we believe are using our software in Malaysia that are above 25 million. Okay, meaning that the next hurdle will be July, where the remainder of our customers are 80%, and that's roughly about 40,000. Right? So we've got 50,000 active data files to talk to, communicate, move on to connect, lose, migrate, who knows, right? Over the next 9 months. But if it's anything like the GST rollout in Malaysia many years ago, that tail will also be quite long, right? So you still have a considerable amount of customers moving in, obviously, June, July, August, September, October, right? So that tail will get spread out. We have a lot of plans that we'll be putting in place to minimize big spikes in that rollout, right? We don't want a whole lot of customers wanting to take on Connect in December, right? We don't want those 8,000 customers, 10,000 customers all wanting to do it midway through December because we will fail to deliver on our promise to customers. It's just too great, right? Too many customers. We'll also fail if all those customers decide to come to us in June and decide to migrate. We'll also fail, all right? Doesn't matter how many people we employ or how much learning we do, we will still not be able to bring all those customers across, okay? It's just the nature of it. So what we're trying to do via communication, price, and also working with you guys is make that transition as soft as possible, right? Without all these bumps and spikes, right? To deliver good service. So be aware that if you come to us in December and you've got X amount of customers, there will be thousands of customers also coming to us in December. So if we're doing serial number transfers or we're doing whatever, there's going to be delays. All right. So my message to you is really simple. Try to go early as you can. All right. You can still use all of these products that we're showing you without e-invoicing. All right. You can use them completely separate from e-invoicing and turn it on. All right. So that's the first message. The second is around opportunity. Right, so we've sort of moved on from the fact that ABSS Accounting and Premier can now be acquired via a subscription model. All right, so historically it was a one-off purchase, right, for the last 30 years. All right, which has been great. But the reality is, as we continue, as we continue, I want to mute that person. The reality is, as we add more connected services like e-invoicing, bank feeds, payroll submissions, all of these sort of things, that there needs to be connectivity, there needs to be a data transfer between ABSS and government bodies or strategic partner bodies or whatever. As soon as that happens, there's cost, right? There's cost to keep the product compliant. APIs are always changing. The government connections are always changing. The requirements are always changing. The operating systems are always changing. And so there's a cost to deliver that service that's ongoing, right? There's also some challenges and pressure points on selling the traditional ABSS product for 3,000 or 4,000 ringgit when they could go and get Financio or Zero for 50 ringgit a month, right? It's not cost competitive. So moving to a subscription model not only helps us to deliver all those ongoing transactional requirements, but also reduces the upfront cost for customers. All right, when you're starting a new business, spending 50 ringgit a month is a lot easier than spending 5,000 ringgit, right, to acquire software. So there's a number of reasons why we did it. We will continue to service and support ABSS accounting and Premier ongoing, but there will not be e-invoicing or connected features delivered to that product. Okay, promise you now. All right, we'll still service it, still support it. If people want to use it for back-end processing and go to LHDM and file them manually, they can go right ahead. All right, but there will not be connected services delivered to that. All our new services and value will be added to the Connect platform. We will, in time, probably stop selling ABSS accounting and Premier for a one-off license. Probably, right? Don't know when. Right? Could be 12 months, could be 2 years, could be 5 years, don't know. But we'll probably stop selling it because it's quite obvious that people that are coming to it won't spend 5,000 ringgit for a one-off license and much rather spend 800 ringgit. Generally speaking, especially considering we're getting much more value in that product. Okay. That's different. We're talking Malaysia. That's fine. No problems. We're talking Malaysia only at this stage, right? So everything we're talking about is Malaysia specific. There'll still be, we're not changing Connect subscription in Hong Kong. We're not changing it for our international version. All right, Connect. Yeah, so outside of Malaysia, business is normal. Okay. But when you think about it, if we're working and we're talking Malaysia context, if we're selling, 100 new licenses of Connect platform and 5 of ABSS, that's not a sustainable business model, right? So we'll probably just stop selling new licenses and concentrate on moving customers to Connect where the value is. So that will be our focus, okay? But it won't be turned on overnight. It might be 12 months. It might be 24 months. Who knows? Depends on how things work, right? That is the direction that we're thinking about. So all of our R&D, all of our is now focused around Connect, delivering e-invoicing, delivering mobile applications, delivering Bank Connect, all these sort of features will be rolled out in the next few months. This release is, I'd like to say, the first rendition, but August was the first. This is the first real rendition, if you like, of the product, and it will be improved. Okay, so much like when you first release a product, any product, the second version, the third version is always better. It's always enhanced, right? So this is the first version. Someone's going to talk to you about what is going to be included in the product on Monday. I think it's the 23rd, if I'm not mistaken. And then also talking to you about what is going to be included in the December release, and also I think the March release after that. This is what our plan is. All right. There will be some things that you would like included in this release that are not. They will be delivered in the November release or the March release. We won't be changing it now. All right. The release is on Monday. Okay. We'll take note of that. But we have timed that accordingly. As I said, we have got some time. 20% of our customers roughly moved in January and the remainder in July. So we have got time there. Other than that, we have a parking officer, Jessie, is somewhere here. And she will be writing parking items. So if we can't answer your question there and then, and it's going to take a little bit longer, we'll park it on the board and come back to it at the end. Okay, it is meant to be engaging. We've got 3 hours, all right, penciled in for this. So we've got a lot of time to get through the topics that have been asked of us, which are behind Rena on the board. If you'd like to add topics, there is a pen and a blackboard. So if there's something that we miss, jump up, write it down, and we'll cover it as we go through. All right. Thank you. I'll pass it back over to Summer.
Thank you, Rhys. Okay, let's see today what we have. Another slide.